Hello, every pony. Comic Sans here. I decided to come back and do a review of the next comic. I hope you're happy to see me. So after my last review, I realized I need to be more aware of the spelling in the random text that appears alongside my review. Well, technically, I don't have to. My brother, Text Typer, has to. He's the disembodied text. I guess I should explain. I was born during the Discordian era of equestrian history. As a result to the immense amount of chaotic magic at the time, my horn is made out of glass, hence why it is broken. This gives me little to no control over my magic. When I sneeze, a burst of chaotic magic is released. Long story short, I sneezed near my brother once, and now he is disembodied text. He can be any font he wants, but he mocks me by being Comic Sans. If I could fix it, I already would have. You know, it could be worse. You get to silently commentate on my review. There's no need to resort to name-calling. While my brother and I work this out, here's the spoiler alert.
The video you are watching has a tendency to spoil things, specifically the events in the IDW My Little Pony comic series. Viewer discretion is advised.
Even if I were to sneeze right now, there is no telling what would happen. Achoo! Good. Nothing bad happened. Wait. My colors have inverted! This is horrible! Well, I might as well get to the actual review of the Return of Queen Chrysalis, Part 2. Here's hoping I sneeze again. So this comic has art by Andy Price again. Like I said last time, it is amazing! But you're here for a review of the plot, not the art. So this comic picks right back up where the previous issue left off. The main six have set out to rescue the CMC from the sinister Changeling Kingdom. On their quest, they have to travel through a mountain, because not every pony has wings. Again, this happens before Alicorn Twilight, and even then, Pinkie Pie, Applejack, and Rarity wouldn't be able to fly. So they enter a former Diamond Dog mine, where Twilight proceeds to tempt fate and enter Cave Troll Brony. So in order to get away from the Cave Troll Brony, Rarity whips up an accurate representation of Hasbro's My Little Pony dolls. I kid. Rarity's dolls are actually a whole lot better than Hasbro merchandise. Speaking of Hasbro merchandise, Sweetie Belle reminds you that she would make a great toy, and you should go out and buy her. I mean, that's what I picked up from this panel right here. So they move on deeper into the mine. Twilight, apparently not learning her lesson about tempting fate from earlier, tempts it once again. So some changelings cause a rock slide, dividing the main six into their shipping pairs. I had no idea Chrysalis was into shipping. Though she is kind of taking drastic measures to force her ships together. But to each their own. Anyways, back to the story. So the next few pages actually show the manipulative prowess of the changelings. They actually manage to pit the main six against each other by playing on their weaknesses. It kind of makes them a more menacing enemy. It shows they are capable of being sneaky, which was kind of poorly portrayed in the show. Important side note. Achoo! Huzzah! My colors have returned to normal! But I have antlers. I can't win, can I? Anyways, as I was saying, important side note. The main 6 changelings don't have the glowing blue eyes. Someone in the comments of my last video mentioned that the blue eyes was supposed to be like Shining Armor's brainwashing from Canterlot Wedding. I would be inclined to believe you if, in the previous issue, it didn't show that all the ponies that had glowing blue eyes were pod ponies. Also, the CMC had glowing eyes, and they were shown clearly replaced in part 1. Also, run, Rainbow Dash! You don't want to get turned into cupcakes, do you? Full disclosure, I've never actually read Cupcakes or seen any of the videos that fanfic inspired. But I do know it has to do something with Pinkie Pie in her Pinkamena form and Rainbow Dash. Also, cupcakes. Continuing with the story. So the disgruntled ponies all meet back up and encounter an arachnophobic's worst nightmare. I'm arachnophobic. This would be my worst nightmare. Princess Luna can confirm that. Anyways, just when all hope appears lost, Pinkie Pie shows up with Troll Brony to save the day, and they exit the cave. Once outside, the ponies resume their arguments. For some reason, it seemed like in the previous engagement, they forgot about their arguments, but apparently they did not. And they split back up into their shipping pairs, which is a bad plan because only one pair actually has a map, as Rainbow Dash points out so eloquently in this panel. To be continued. I actually didn't really like this part. Not nearly as much as the last part, anyways. It felt like a filler comic. And honestly, it probably was. The plot was very weak. They enter the mine, encounter Troll Brony, escape, get separated, get angry, rejoin, fight spiders, split up again. If you boil it down, they're basically just walking the entire comic. It is Lord of the Rings ponified. The only thing this comic really has going for it is the art, which is amazing, and the better characterization of the changelings and how they can be manipulative. Anyways, here are some of my favorite facial expressions from this comic.
Discord, I'm howling out the moon and sleeping in the middle of a summer afternoon. Discord, whatever did we do to make you take our world away? Discord, are we a prey alone, or are we just a stepping stone for taking back the throne? Discord, we won't take it anymore, so take your tyranny away. Changing status quo, but not in letting go. Now the world is being torn apart. A terrible catastrophe, played by a symphony. What a terrifying work of art. I can't sit idly, no, I can't move at all. I curse the name, the one behind it all. Discord, I'm howling at the moon and sleeping in the middle of a summer afternoon. Discord, whatever did we do to make you take our world away? Discord, are we a prey alone, or are we just a stepping stone for
I would give this comic an abysmal 3.5 out of 10 cave troll bronies because it really lacked in plot and felt very unneeded. Oh, good. My antlers seem to have disappeared. Shit. Now the gravity has been turned off. Tell me in the comments below if I should continue making videos or go suffocate in outer space, which may very well happen. I'm Comic Sans, and I'll see you next time!